Good evening, Oklahoma. I'm Mikayla Smith, and this is an OUTV weather. Here is the Illinois River floatcast for this weekend. It's looking almost as perfect as we can ask for. 5.8 feet is the current stage. Remember that ideal floating is near 5. So if you want to head out there this weekend, make sure to check with your local float operator to make sure that everything is nice and safe. With this, we want to remind you some severe weather safety tips. If you have to take shelter, you want to be away from an outside wall, windows to the most interior room that you can be, an area just like here, a bathroom, a closet maybe. You want to cover your head, covering your neck. That's the best way you're going to be able to stay safe. Here's that rain zone. So it's going to be most likely up towards the Kansas border as that works its way down. But we do have a few chances for some pop-up showers here in Oklahoma City and Norman. Currently, this yellow area, that is a tornado watch that is currently in effect for these areas, and it is a PDS tornado watch, so it means it's a particularly dangerous situation. So any kind of storm that were to fire up in this area could have long track violent tornadoes. We've already seen a few here today. We can see some of these boxes here are red, are currently, but again, this is from Alabama earlier today. So if we look at our future radar, we can see that this rain is going to be pushing up into the state, bringing lots of clouds and some precipitation, which is much needed. It's a bit gloomy today outside at the stadium, so not perfect ideal weather, but we are going to have that weather for this Saturday for that game. It is a beautiful day here in Oklahoma City. There is not a cloud in the sky, sitting at 92, so hopefully this is our last hot day because it has been miserable across the metro. You can see 92 in the city, 92 here in Norman, so it has been a hot one. Time to get on the water to beat that heat. So 7 a.m. in the morning, 78. Still too warm, and we're going to warm up very quickly. 98 at noon, but that heat index already feels like 107, and by 4 p.m. back to those triple digits. It's absolutely beautiful out here today. If you haven't had the chance to get outside, I would highly recommend. Nice sunshine. It's a bit breezy. We had a pile up here. Now this is why we preach the safety of driving. If you do not need to go out and drive, do not do it. First round of storms is going to be southeastern Oklahoma, Ardmore, McAllister. That's going to be earlier on in the day. But as we move throughout the day tomorrow, this is the second round, the one that we're really paying attention to for some large hail. Could be up to baseball size, some strong winds with these storms. Again, we can't rule out a tornado or two, but that's not going to be the main threat. It really is just going to be some large hail. Talked about that rain, so let's get a timeline for that. So tomorrow we have a 50% chance of rain. We have those storms again tonight that are going to be happening first. Thursday is going to be our biggest chance of rain, and then we slowly dwindle down as we go into Sunday, but we do have a chance of rain every single day. Speaking of rain, we're going to take a trip down to Texas where we have Tropical Storm Beta that's going to make landfall tonight. Now, that may sound a little weird with Beta, and that's because the tropics have officially gone Greek. Some places that are probably really wanting that water is up near Canada. You can see there are quite a bit of fires, even a fire out in British Columbia, so it's been hot up there for them as well this summer, and that smoke is being pushed down into areas in the United States as well. Minneapolis is one example. It's been pretty hazy there for them, and that's because of this trough and this low that's being pushed down, so it's kind of making their skies a little hazy from fire that's not even near them. But here we don't have to worry about that. It is a beautiful clear night. It's a bit hot still though. We can see our current temperature is at 84, but that heat index is still at 90, so it's still hot out there, and it's almost 11 o'clock at night. It's been a day. Across the metro though, we can see our temperatures are starting to drop luckily. 79 and Skytook, so we're welcoming this cooler air into tonight. Most of Oklahoma is cooling off. Some places out in the Panhandle, Buffalo reached the century mark earlier today, so they're even cooling off. We're going to get into about the mid to upper 70s tomorrow, 78 here in Tulsa for the morning, but we warm up very quickly. Hundreds again. We can see it on here. 100 is our chance to get a high, and if we don't do it tomorrow, we're going to probably do it Saturday. We can see lots of triple digits here on the map. So stick with me for the next few days because I promise relief is coming. Sunday, we can see this cold front that's going to move through pretty quickly, and it's going to drop our temperature about 10 degrees. Some places may even see some rain, and it'll drop those highs into the upper 80s. So something that we are all very much looking forward to. And some rain. We haven't had rain in a few days.